probably hear an echo. Sorry about that. I'm in the gym right now. But good morning and welcome to another vlog. I'm so happy to see you guys today. If you guys are new, my name is Janae Michelle. For those that are returning, I love you. Thank you so much for just supporting and loving on your girl. So today we are in the gym, you guys, and I'm going to take you guys through my workout, but the workout isn't the thing that I'm going to really focus on today. Today, I want to give you guys 4 simple tips on how to just stay consistent. And I'm also going to talk about what consistency really looks like. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Today is a full body session in the workout today, and I hope that you enjoyed today's video. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm about to say apply and subscribe, and let's jump into today's video. All right, so first set down, but wanted to hop back on here really quick and talk to you guys about one of the four tips that I can give you on staying consistent. So something that's worked for me that I encourage you to do is develop habits. So for example, my gym opens up in my apartment at 6 a.m. I get up every day before 6, I do my devotional, and either I'm here or I'm working out in my home gym. That is a habit that I am creating, so that way I always hit my mark. I always hit my target every day of getting in some movement in my body. Now for other people, 6 a.m. may be early. Maybe you push it later in the morning if you have that time, or maybe you go after work. But it's about creating habits and not relying on motivation, because you will never be motivated every single day to work out or to eat right, to do any of those things. But if you create the habit, it just becomes second nature. Like now, it is second nature for me to get up if my alarm usually goes off at 4. Let's just say I'm having a lazy day and I just decide to sleep in. I am always up no later than 5, so I can do my devotional, get my workout in, head off to the office, or to get whatever else I need to get done. Also with that, I've created habits in taking my water everywhere I go. This goes with me to work. It's sitting at my desk at home. It's sitting next to my bed, on my nightstand. It is just that thing that is always with me, so that I can always stay on point with drinking water. I'm creating a habit. Those habits turn into progress. They turn into success. When you keep adding those habits stacking those habits on top of each other, before long, you are losing weight, you're eating right, you're exercising every day, and it's not because you're motivated, it's because you created habits to get something done. So I encourage you to create the habit. Don't rely on motivation. All right, I was supposed to do deficit reverse lunges, but there's nothing in this particular gym that I can do deficit, so I'm just going to do some lunges, some dumbbell lunges, so let's go. So I think another tip that worked for me is changing one thing at a time. I noticed in the past when I would start this journey, I would try and do everything. I would try and exercise. I would try and drink water. I would try and change my diet. Like I tried to do everything at once. And if I failed in one, I ended up kind of losing hope in all of it. And I ended up failing completely. So with this journey, I decided, you know what? I'm going to change one thing at a time. And so when I first started this journey, I was like, you know what? I'm going to move my body for 30 minutes every day. So every day I got up, I went to the gym, and I walked on the treadmill for 30 minutes at least. Eventually it got to be more, but I started off with 30 minutes. That's what I started with. That was the only thing I changed. And then one day I was like, okay, I'm going to go grocery shopping. I'm going to pick up some healthy things, but I'm also not going to deprive myself. I'm going to focus on eating healthy, but if I crave some chips, if I crave a pizza, I'm going to reward myself for the hard work I'm putting in because I changed one thing, which is moving my body every day. I changed two things, which is starting to eat healthier. And so why should I deprive myself? So I did that. Then I started substituting things for the unhealthy stuff. Okay, I love chips, but what can I start substituting for chips? Popcorn. And I can flavor it. I can make it cheesy. I can make it sweet and salty. I can do whatever I need to do to give it the flavor that I need, but it's healthier. And it's air popped, or I pop it in coconut oil. Like, you can do things like that, but try and change your habits one at a time, because for me personally, I just noticed that if I tried to do everything at once, I would fail. But once I did one thing and I felt like I'm getting good at this. Okay, I'm working out every day for 30 minutes. All right, well, Janae, you know what? Let's buy some salad stuff and let's incorporate a salad every day. I started doing that. And then it was like, okay, you're moving your body 30 minutes. You started eating more fresh vegetables, fresh fruits. Let's focus on our water now. Let's buy a new water container and let's drink water every day. Now, mind you, I didn't get to a gallon or even half a gallon right away. I just needed to start drinking more water. I started, instead of getting that soda in the afternoon, I would get a bottle of water. Or I just started making those changes. So one at a time, I went from walking, moving my body every day, incorporating some healthier foods into my diet. Then I started drinking more water. As I started building those habits, it got easier to start incorporating more healthy food, start working out a little bit longer, maybe incorporate weights. Like, those things got easier because I had already established a habit, and I only did it one at a time instead of trying to do everything at once. So that is something I want to encourage you guys to do. Try not to do everything at once. Set yourself up for success. And a lot of times, if we try and do everything and we fail in one area, we end up falling in all the areas. So that's another tip. Time to get back to this workout. I think the next thing that I want to talk to you guys is, the next tip that I want to give you guys is following a diet and exercise program that you enjoy. So for me, I personally, and this is no shade to anybody who's doing certain diets, I wanted something that could sustain me, something that was sustainable, something that I can do from now on. And I knew that I couldn't eat keto for the rest of my life. I couldn't eat paleo for the rest of my life. I just couldn't do that. It wasn't sustainable for me. And so what I decided to do was to make a lifestyle change. And that is sustainable because I still enjoy foods that I've always loved. I just do them very much less often. I indulge in more healthier foods now, and it feels good, and I enjoy that. I love going out with my friends, and I'm starting to set the trend. Everyone used to order the chicken strips and the French fries and the such and such or whatever, and then I'm starting to order the salmon plate, a salad, and I'm starting to see a lot of my friends and family starting to do the same thing because they're realizing it doesn't, the food is still really good. We're still here enjoying each other's company. And yes, how about we get an appetizer like some, spinach artichoke dip? It's cheesy, it's greasy, it got chips. But yet for our meal, let's try something a little healthier. And I noticed that me doing that, changing my lifestyle and not necessarily following a particular diet, but knowing that I can eat healthy, knowing that I can still enjoy the things that I enjoy, but in moderation, has been a significant game changer for me. And so that's what I decided to follow. And then as far as exercising, when I first started this journey, I was 391 pounds. And so I had to start with just moving my body more. I didn't want to jump right in to anything. I knew that in order for me to be successful, I just have to start moving first. And so I started with walking on the treadmill. But the way that it was set up where I always know that God knows what he's doing. So the Planet Fitness that I attend, the treadmills are actually facing the free weight area. And I would sit there as I'm walking and I would see people lifting weights. And it intrigued me, it invigorated me, it excited me, even though I was scared to death to even go over there because I just felt like I was the big girl in the gym and I didn't want to stand out even more because I'm in an area that I have no clue what to do. But God places people in your life for a reason and he does things for you and you have to listen to that. And I realized I met this guy named Philip who was a personal trainer. I used to watch him train his group and I never said anything. And then one day I just got up the courage to just ask questions. And he introduced me to weightlifting and I love lifting weights. Cardio is cool, but lifting weights is my thing, y'all. I love it. And because I enjoy it so much, I want to do it. I want to do it more. Mind you, if you love yoga, do more yoga. If you love dancing, dance. If you love tennis, play tennis. If you love golf, play golf. Like, do the things that you enjoy because you're going to continue to do them and you're going to be consistent in that. These tips are helping you be consistent because if you are building a habit, that's showing consistency. If you're doing one thing at a time, you're building upon those habits. That's showing consistency, okay? And then if you are finding something that you enjoy, you're going to want to do it. That's building consistency. So just focus on those things and keep going. Just keep going, you guys. But I have a few more exercises to do. These plank back and forths are kicking my butt, y'all. But we got 2 more sets, so let's go. All right, you guys, so my workout is officially done. Today was a good workout, but my last tip to you guys is celebrate every win. When I tell you to celebrate every win, that just keeps that motivation going, but that's what helps keep you consistent because you want to celebrate another win and another win. And when I say celebrate every win, let me tell you about some of the wins that I celebrated along this journey. I remember the day that I sat in my boss's office and I got up and walked out and realized the sides of my hips weren't hurting. Yes, I used to squeeze into her guest chairs while we were having our meeting, and I would walk out of her office with the sides of my hips hurting because the wood of the armrest would be digging into my thighs or the sides of my hips. And I remember one day walking away and being like, my hips don't hurt. That was a win. Or I remember the first time, and the reason I remember these is because I celebrated these wins. I remember the first time I walked up my stairs into my apartment, got to the top, and I was winded, but I wasn't as winded. And I remember just taking that moment to be like, dog, I could breathe. Like, I wasn't like out of breath completely. Like, I just remember getting to the top of the steps and being like, okay, Janae, okay. I remember this day I cried. I had this opportunity to be a fit model for Good American, and you had to have jeans and a white tank top or a white t-shirt. So I had my friend go with me to Lane Bryant because during my journey, I wasn't ready to buy new clothes. I wasn't going to buy a new wardrobe and all that stuff like that. So I had waited a really long time before I decided to actually start purchasing clothes that fit. And so we had to go to the store because I had to have jeans that looked good because I'm about to stand in front of, like, Khloe Kardashian and all these other people for it to be a fit model. I was like, no, you got to be on point, baby girl. So we went to Lane Bryant, and because I am who I am, I was like, well, I used to be a 28. Let me try a 24. Okay, 24 is too big. I was like, okay, well, let's go to a 20. Went to a 20, too big. And then the lady was like, how about we try a 16? And I was like, lady, I ain't been a 16 since who knows when. And she was like, well, I'm going to bring an 18 and a 16. Just try them. So I was like, you know what? When she brought them, I was like, I'm going to try these 16s on just to get it out the way so I can show everybody that these ain't going to work. I literally broke down into tears in the dressing room because I could fit a 16. And my friend Sherry celebrated me in that moment. She hugged me. She told me she was proud of me. I'm about to tear up right now just thinking about that moment because you have to celebrate those moments because they mean something. They are the milestones in your journey and they help keep you consistent. Because when I tell you, after that day, I knew for a fact I was never going to go back to a 20, a 24, a 22, a 26, a 28. I wasn't going back there. I refused. That mark of hitting 16, that changed me and it motivated me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep going on this journey. There are days where it was hard. It was days where I wanted to give up. It was days where I felt like I wasn't seeing a difference. That changed me. And that day, my friend Sherry took me out to lunch because she was like, I'm going to celebrate you. I'm going to celebrate you because I'm proud of you. You have to celebrate those wins, big or small. You have to celebrate them because those are the things that are going to keep you motivated. Those things are going to keep you pushing. Those are the things that's going to keep you just invigorated and wanting to keep moving forward. Okay? So celebrate every win. And let me tell y'all something about consistency. Consistency is not you working out every single day, eating perfect every single day, and not failing. That's not consistency. Consistency is, yes, I failed this week, but I started again. Consistency is, I missed a day, but I'm getting back to it today. Consistency is, I've missed several days, but I'm starting again today. Y'all want to know how many times I failed, I messed up, I quit, I called myself just like, this is too hard. You know how many times I went through that throughout this journey? But you want to know the difference? I got back up and I started again every single time. That's consistency. Consistency is not giving up on yourself. Consistency is not failing. And failing doesn't mean when people say, oh, I failed. No, you learned a lesson. What was the lesson that you learned in that failure? Use that to get back up and start again. Was it that you felt like you didn't eat right? Well, okay. Let's get some better food in the fridge. Let's get some better snacks around us. Is it that you felt you didn't work out anymore? Start walking today. Go to that yoga class. go play some tennis, whatever it is. Just get back up and do it again and continue to do that. If you got to restart every single day, restart every single day. Because this is your journey and your journey alone. And if you want to be consistent, if you want to be successful, that means that even when you feel like you failed, you start again. I love you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. It is just a few tips that I know that I've used just because I just needed to stay consistent. And consistency didn't look like me doing this every single day. It looked like me starting again when I felt like I failed or I fell off. I just started again. And I just never fully quit. So you can do the same thing. And I encourage you to do so. I love you guys. I hope that you guys have an amazing day, evening, morning, whatever time it is that you're watching this. I love you. Thank you so much for just joining me today. But y'all know what it is. I will be back. I'll see y'all in a minute. Bye.
In the presence, I get careless. Long as you know I come with imperfections. When you look at me, you see the soul through my flesh. You something special. Know you looking bomb the way you dress and gone, flex and hold it still and let my mind digest. You got the leverage.